Have you ever wondered how to learn English on your own while enjoying your daily walks? I'm Anne, and welcome to Walk a Day English, where we combine fresh walking themes with practical English lessons. Today, I'll show you how using a podcast during your walk can boost your language skills and even change the way you notice the world around you. Plus, there's a free PDF guide in the description to make today's practice even easier, so don't miss out. Let's begin with today's vocabulary challenge. The words you'll learn come directly from your walk and the podcast you choose to listen to. As you stroll, pay attention to what you see and how it connects to the podcast's topic. For example, if your podcast talks about nature, maybe you spot trees, birds, or flowers you hadn't noticed before. The goal is to link what you hear with what you see, increasing your English vocabulary naturally. Now, what exactly is a podcast and how can it help you learn English? A podcast is like a radio show that you can listen to anytime on your phone or computer. It's great for learning because you hear natural English, stories, and real conversations. Here are 5 easy tips to use podcasts to improve your English. Number 1, choosing podcasts that interest you. When you listen to topics you enjoy or find relevant, your brain stays more engaged and motivated. This emotional connection helps you better focus and your memory retention because learning feels less like a chore and more like a fun activity. Staying motivated leads to more consistent practice, which is crucial for language improvement. Number 2, listening actively with pausing and rewinding. Language learners often miss words or phrases at normal speaking speed. Pausing and rewinding lets you break the content into manageable pieces, giving you time to process, think about meanings, and hear pronunciation more clearly. This active engagement prevents passive hearing and helps build deeper understanding of the language's sounds and structures. Number 3, writing down new vocabulary and expressions. Writing engages a different part of the brain than listening alone. When you note down new words, you reinforce their form, meaning, and spelling. This step encourages active learning as you are not only memorizing but preparing to use these words in speaking or writing, strengthening your productive language skills. Number 4, listening multiple times with different focuses. The first listen helps you understand the general meaning and context, which boosts overall comprehension skills. The second or third focused time allows you to pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, and stress patterns. This layered approach trains both your receptive, your listening, and productive, your speaking abilities, leading to more natural and fluent speech. Number 5, practicing speaking by repeating and shadowing. Shadowing, repeating immediately after the speaker, helps you mimic native pronunciation, timing, and expression. It trains your mouth and vocal cords to produce different sounds, intonations, and smooth, connected speech. This practice builds confidence and fluency, reduces hesitation, and helps develop a more natural accent. These tips make your podcast time purposeful and effective. Share your favorite podcasts or sentences that you've learned from those podcasts in the comments. And remember, today's PDF guide is in the description. It includes these tips and journaling prompts to support your learning. Let's practice that shadowing idea together. I'll read my journal about today's walk, and you can repeat the sentences right after me. I will pause after each sentence, so you have time to pause the video and practice along. Shadowing helps you speak more fluently, training your ear, and getting comfortable with English words. Are you ready? Let's go. I was doing a usual loop around my neighborhood and listening to one of my favorite podcasts, 1,000 Hours Outside. The main focus of this podcast is to talk about how to get kids outside and enjoying nature more. On this episode, she was interviewing Morgan and Hudson Wild, 2 of the 4 Wild brothers. Because they kept saying wild all the time, my brain focused on this word and I saw this wild unmowed space by a soon-to-be-built condo building. I often have to stop and go back to re-listen to stuff because my mind will wander as I look around. This episode was interesting because these four brothers grew up in a missionary family in a remote jungle country. A missionary family is a family who travels to different parts of the world to help the community and share religious beliefs. They explored their space and learned so much about the animals and plants. As they were talking, I stopped to watch the bees that were actually buzzing around the flowers here. In the podcast, they mentioned a number of times that they had machetes, a kind of knife, with them in the jungle. It was used carefully and thoughtfully because it could also be dangerous. They brought this up because they felt that a cell phone was like a machete. It needs to be used carefully and thoughtfully because it could be dangerous. The Weil brothers encouraged children and their families to get off their couches and go into creation. I have walked by this space so many times and hadn't really noticed it. I am glad that I was listening to this podcast today and that it helped me see this space. Now you're all set to make your own walks exciting and educational with podcasts. Download the free PDF guide in the description to guide your journey today. Step outside, listen closely, write your thoughts, and watch your English grow, one walk at a time. Happy exploring, Language Explorers! And if you would like to get personalized feedback on your journal entry, become a Wade member by signing up on our website. Take a look at the next video for another great Walk-A-Day English language adventure. If you liked this video and would like to see more, click on the subscribe button or let me know in the comments below. Until our next walk, stay safe and go explore your space, one word at a time.